Akira, one of the greatest Japanese films of the 1980s, finally comes to 4K UHD. Which set is the ultimate release? Let's find out. So right now I have a couple different versions of Akira. This is a movie that I saw when I was in my teens, back in 2001, with the Pioneer 2-disc DVD set. It is one of my favorite DVD releases, and the thing that is really cool about it is that there's a lot of exclusive special features to that set. But with this new 4K UHD, I figured it'd give me an excuse to watch this new version as well as see how it compares. So this is going to be a review of not only the Bandai Namco version from Japan, as well as the Funimation version in the US. So we're going to be comparing both of them and see how they do. Now, Akira in the States has a very interesting home video release. Like a lot of Japanese animated films, you have both a dubbed and a subtitled version. The film was distributed in the 1980s by Streamline Pictures, which had a very loose English dub to it. And it does take a lot of artistic liberties. That dub also includes voice actor Cam Clark, who also voices Leonardo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series from the 1980s. So it is kind of strange to watch Akira and then suddenly you're like, Leonardo?
That bike's been designed just for me. It's too much for a kid like you.
It's actually quite a interesting dub, and with this 4K UHD release from Funimation, it was the first time I've actually heard the Streamline dub, and yeah, it's a very different film. And then in 2001, Pioneer spent a lot of money to revoice, retrack, redo some of the things for a brand new dub.
You've been telling me what to do, always treating me like a kid. You made me look like a runt in front of the others.
Now you're king of the mountain, aren't you? But it's all garbage.
Kaneda!
Okay, let's settle this once and for all!
You always show up and start bossing me around, and don't you deny it!
And now you're a boss too, of this pile of rubble.
Kaneda!
That's Mr. Kaneda to you, punk!
From what I'm hearing is that it is a more faithful translation, and taking the subtitles into account, the subtitles seem to be close to the Pioneer dub.
心にやましいことがあるからそうやっていつもビクビクしてんだよ。たまには普通の飲み物も売れよな。お前らこそなんか飲んでけ。うちは待ち合わせ場所じゃねえんだよ。あの犬のしょんべんは？
You got a bad attitude, Pops. Lighten up before your arteries harden. Hey, man, that stuff will stunt your growth.
How many times do I have to tell you, punks? At least he's a paying customer.
Then I won't tell him what's in it, huh?
You know, you wouldn't be so jumpy if you didn't have anything to hide. Why don't you sell normal drinks for a change?
How about buying something for once? This ain't a hangout for damn street gangs.
Yeah, right. Drink your dog piss?
For packaging, both sport the same artwork and booklet. One's in English, the other's in Japanese. The Japanese release has a J card with all the information on it in a resealable plastic protector. The US release just has shrink wrap and back information. The case is noticeably larger on the Japanese version as they went with a larger 4K Blu-ray case, whereas the US uses an Elite 4K Blu-ray case with an inside hinge, no stacking discs on each, and both are 3-disc sets. The US Funimation notes a digital copy, but that is incorrect. There is no digital copy. The booklets use a different material. The Japanese is made of a high-quality semi-gloss paper. The US has a heavier cardstock gloss. It's not as nice as the Japanese, but we're splitting hairs here. For the benefit of you guys, I actually bought both of these releases, and the only reason why I did that is because, well, some of them have different audio options than others. Let's talk about the picture quality. The picture quality is pretty strong. I would say the biggest disappointment that I have with it is that when this restoration was done, they did utilize digital noise reduction for certain scenes. Some shots are a bit more heavy-handed than others. Other shots look gorgeous, and then some other ones are a little soft to blurry. It's not something that I think if you were to just watch it and enjoy the movie for what it is, I think you'll be really pleased with it. Honestly, I think it was a good picture, but I think it could be a better picture. Picture quality is similar on both. As of this recording, the Funimation release does not have HDR. Funimation is offering a replacement on their website, so if you have the Funimation edition, go ahead and get yourself the 4K HDR version. The Japanese Bandai Namco does include HDR on the disc. So this version here, the Japanese version, includes the 5.1 Pioneer version from 2001 as the English dub, as well as the Japanese 5.1 track. That is a updated one from 2009. Some new sound effects, different things. It's a little bit more balanced for surround sound. But the other reason why I wanted to get this specifically, I think the big reason for me that is not on the Funimation disc is it also does not have the Japanese 2.0 Dolby Surround track from the 80s when it came out. I have not heard the 2.0 track, so this was a huge deal to have that in 4K UHD as well as the HDR. The Funimation one has the Japanese 5.1, it has the English 5.1 of the Pioneer dubbed version from 2001, but then it also includes the Streamline Pictures dubbed from 1988 when it was first released here in the States. Something to note, the Streamline audio sounds flatter and overall worse than the Funimation, and I compared it to the Criterion's Akira Laserdisc release, and the Criterion version sounds way more dynamic and sounds a lot more clearer on the dialogue.
Substation 1.005 degrees Kelvin. It's within the tolerance range. No fault detected either on the door boards in each room or in the defense system. Substation 1.005 degrees Kelvin. It's within the tolerance range. No fault detected either on the door boards in each room or in the defense system.
So I guess in terms of releases, which one do you want to get? Well, if you're going to upgrade, just know that special features are different than past releases. If you have the special edition Pioneer set, definitely hold on to it. If you don't, it's probably a good one just to pick up, just to have. I love it, and like the Dawn of the Dead set, it's one of my favorites of the DVD era. With this 4K UHD, if you had to choose, you choose which one you are the most interested in audio-wise. Like, pick which one you want to hear more of. If you like the Streamline dub, pick up the Funimation version. If you want as close to experience from the theaters as possible, pick up the Japanese set for the 2.0 track. I really enjoy Akira, and I had fun rewatching it and experiencing it several different times back to back and checking everything out. So yeah, if you like this review, leave a comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.